first time you guys are looking at a trig value, let's look at sine of 30 degrees. And so we're going to look at this first terminal side with an angle of 30 degrees. Okay, or you can say pi over 6. Now you guys know this these first coordinates right here, 1, 0. And then you guys also know the coordinates of this because you know the coordinates of our triangle. The coordinates of our triangle are 1 for the hypotenuse. Wait, why is it 1? Because the radius is 1 of this circle. So every one of these terminal sides would have a length 1. Okay, and then we have a 1/2 for the height. And then we have a rad 3 over 2 for our co-height. All right, so there's our height, there's our co-height. So now we know the coordinates right there, which would be rad 3 over 2, and then 1/2. So what if I said, what is sine of 30 degrees? Or sine of pi over 6? What is sine? You guys remember? Opposite over hypotenuse, right? Okay, so what's my opposite side to this triangle? 1/2. And what's my hypotenuse? 1. 1/2. Now, is there something else I can look at instead of this triangle to get the 1/2 answer? There's not a green arrow pointing at it. Yeah, the height. So, or the y value, you can say. So this equals 1/2. Sine of pi over 6 is 1/2. What is cosine of pi over 6? Cosine is adjacent, which would be this side, rad 3 over 2, divided by the hypotenuse. Now, the hypotenuse is always 1 in a unit circle, and so we don't even need to divide it. So you just need to look at the x value. When you look at the x value, that tells you your value of cosine. So you get rad 3 over 2, and then you would also be able to then find tangent. For tangent, what would you do to find tangent? Let's see. Let's go tangent of pi over 6. That would be, if this is y, and this one's x, wouldn't this be y divided by x? Yeah. So what's my y? My y is 1/2. What's my x? My x is rad 3 over 2. That's the same as saying 1/2 times 2 over rad 3. You multiply by the reciprocal. The 2's get cross-canceled because you can divide them each by 2, and you get 1 over rad 3. But we can't leave it like that. We can't leave it with the radical on the bottom because this is algebra 2 trig. And so I'm going to multiply the top and the bottom by rad 3. On the bottom, I get 3, and on the top, I get rad 3. So tangent of pi over 6 is rad 3 over 3. So you guys should be able to find the sine, cosine, and tangent of every single angle on this unit circle because you guys know what the coordinates are. Use the coordinates to help you. It makes the job way easier.